Today's video is a first impressions video for Fena, the Pirate Princess, or Fena Private Princess on Crunchyroll. So far, there are 3 episodes out. I literally just finished the 3rd episode a second ago. I think it's on Sundays. The episodes come out, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Basically, Fena is our main character, and we kind of have like a flashback of her as like a kid with this like little boy, and this ship is on fire. I was gonna say pirate ship, but I don't know if it's a pirate ship. Like, I assumed because of the title. But it's on fire. You know, she and this kid we find out is named Yukimaru, and he's kind of like holding her hand and running while the ship is on fire. You can tell there's battle going on in the background. And he managed to get her on the boat, like this little, like, life boat type thing. I want to say life raft, that's not right. It's a fucking wooden boat. I don't know what the time period is, but obviously not modern times. I'm assuming more, why do I want to say colonial? That's not right. I don't know. Like, I want to say ye olde times. I don't fucking know. Whatever time, like, pirates were, I think. And Britain, I guess, still rules America or has control over America, because they just kind of, like, briefly hinted it at, the 3rd episode. And so Fena's the main character. She kind of ends up drifting onto an island with amnesia, not really knowing much. And she, as current time, I don't know how old she is, current time, but it's been 10 years. But we don't know how old she was then, like as a kid either. So I'm assuming somewhere between 15 and maybe 18. I don't know. They haven't said it yet, and I haven't really looked it up. And, she's working at a brothel. And we hear kind of patrons talking about, like, have you heard the rumors about this, you know, beautiful girl with, like, white hair and white skin? And apparently someone has bought her. I'm assuming they were speaking French. I didn't look up the term, but I am guessing, based on the fact that it's a brothel, that they were probably talking about her first night. Like I said, I don't know the language. I'm assuming French. I don't know. And I didn't look up the term, because I just, like, assumed it's probably they mean this. So I don't know. If you want to look that up, you can watch the episode, type that shit into Google, translate, pray they get it right. I don't know. But that's, someone's bought her. I don't know if it's, because, like, the guy that bought her kind of says bride, but it feels very much more like he bought her first night. So essentially, like, her virginity. And she's, well, the patrons of whatever the fuck this thing are talking about, you know, that, she's kind of talking to, I want to say, probably, like, maybe her roommate. It's another girl at the bar, the brothel, named Angie, and about this escape plan she has, and of course Angie's like, it's not gonna fucking work. Well, she's a lot more like, it's not gonna work. Because, as we kind of find out, Fena is very childish, which, makes sense. Because, she seemed to be a very chatty, like, not shut-uppy kid. Like, little taste of, like, backstory we get for her, like, it's, and, like, the next 2 episodes is that she doesn't shut the fuck up. She probably didn't shut the fuck up when she was little, too. So she's very chatty, kind of very excitable, and she's, you know, working out these escape plans that, it seems she's on her 23rd, I think, at the start of the 1st episode of her escape plan. And basically what she wants to do is, while she's on her way to Mr. Creepy who bought her virginity, whatever the fuck it was, there's supposed to be, like, levels of, like, this, I won't say tower, it's not quite a tower, but this establishment, I don't know what else to call it, I'm sorry. And she is going to, like, distract them and then jump off the 2nd story with some, like, bed sheets or some shit. And we'll take her to, like, this kind of, like, seaside wall, and then it's, oh, excuse me. So it's, like, building and then, like, a wall, but, like, one side has, like, a wall, one looks like there's no, like, railing on the other side. I don't know how else to describe it. She's gonna jump off that into that and then run down towards the ocean and the harbor and then buy her way somewhere else. Because it's like this island. I don't know. They don't really give anything about the island, but it looks like at the very least there's a huge pleasure district or red light district. If you're wondering what the fuck that means, prostitutes, basically. Brothels, essentially. And, so yeah, she's gonna hop off in the boat and just say where the fuck she's gonna go from there, but she's gonna, like, buy her way on. Like, she plans to steal the money he used to buy her to pay for, like, I want to say the ferry or the boat or whatever it is. So, she's very naive. Obviously, like, I don't know why this would work. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of things wrong with her ideas. Let's just say that. Like, there's a lot of, but what if? Honey, this is a lot of what if it goes right situation. And then, yeah, she plans to, like, go down to the forest and that kind of stuff. And, she kind of they're, like, dressing her to go, and she's, like, all ready. And it is very kind of, like, bridal the way she's dressed, or, like, like, not ball gown, but, like, it feels very, like, bridal meets, like, a little bit of lingerie. And what I guess what I mean with that is, sorry, it's like, it's a little bit more, like, kind of sexy rather than, like, princess ball gowny. Like, it kind of feels like it's one of those, like, it looked like, I think it's short in the front skirt and then, like, a long train on the back of the skirt. And then she's got, like, whitish blue flowers in her hair and her hair's done up. So she's, like, going up, and she's carrying, like, a fucking bouquet. So that's why I was like a bride? Like, is she actually marrying him? Or is it, like, some weird fetish thing? I'm a little confused. Maybe y'all could be like, actually, it's, for me, that'd be great. I had never heard of this series. I had seen a trailer. Well, I didn't watch the trailer. I saw the trailer in my recommended. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't actually, like, look at it. I was, like, just kind of watching some shit and then, like, looking at what was recommended and saw that, oh, that thing's recommended. But I didn't actually, like, look at it or put it in any of the, like, watch this later category or anything that I usually do. But yeah, she again, her plan does not go as according to plan, because for me, I also have to wonder, where the fuck was she going to get the bed sheets? Especially considering what she's wearing. Where the fuck is she going to hide that up her skirt? Like, she's so thin, it'd be obvious if her ass suddenly got bigger or something. Like, it'd be very obvious that she's hiding shit. I just think in this outfit. So I don't know where the fuck she was gonna... And there's no way that's enough fabric on her if she strips to, like, use as a means of getting down. Like, again, second floor. But, like, while people were talking about, like, in the beginning of, like, her, did you hear about the white marginal? I guess that's what they call her. I don't know what the fuck that means. And, you see, like, two people kind of, like, getting pissed off at the table listening. Well, she figures out they're actually, the guy that bought her has bought, or was given permission to use the top floor instead, so of course that looks her plans. But luckily, the two people that were getting pissed off kind of crash into the window. And, like, I didn't notice right away, because I was, like, pausing just to, like, read what was on the screen, because I thought I, like, missed it or something, because sometimes I just pause it to make sure I read it correctly. And then I see this old man in the background, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing there? And then not a second later, he's, like, doing some kind of sign, like, get ready, I don't know, like, something in the background, and then, like, some other older gentleman comes crashing into the fucking window. And they kind of, like, manage to get her out. And she kind of, like, vaguely remembers that their names, like, one's Otto, and I can't remember Otto and Salmon. I think it's, like, Salmon and Otto. So Otto and Salmon. And I guess they probably work for her family. During introduction later in, like, the second episode, I think, they introduce themselves as, like, knights, so the Houtman Knights. And Fena's full name is Fena Houtman. I think she spelled her name, or they spell her name, at least, and I was gonna say the credits note, the fucking subtitles, there you go, had it done. It's like Houtman, Houtman? I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. And we see, like, kind of like a brief flashback, like a still image flashback of them, like, the two men, the older gentleman that just broke in to rescue her. Much older, like, god damn, like, I know it's been 10 years, motherfucker, you changed real good. Like, you look like you aged about 30 years. They don't look horrible or anything, but they very much don't exactly look like themselves. So I'm kind of surprised with her assumed amnesia that she managed to remember them. Because she remembers them right away. Like, Otto? And they're like, oh my god, Lady Fena, you remember him? And yeah, they're crying and they kind of have to run off, but they keep running in the wrong fucking direction from wherever the fuck they had their boat. Because as we later find out, or we have a character later on, like a few minutes later, that says, old eyes and darkness, no wonder he couldn't read where he was going. It's like along those lines. But yeah, they kind of get her out, but they can't really, they keep going in the wrong direction. So, and of course people are searching for them by now. So, and then we kind of, like, they're hiding, because they're like, some guards or whatever coming by, and Otto decides, he's the bigger gentleman, he's the more, like, Solomon is very pole thin, and then you have Ottoman, who's kind of like the stumpy round one. So him, Otto, not Ottoman, why am I calling Ottoman? Otto and Solomon. Solomon takes Fena, and they're hiding, and Otto kind of, like, goes to, like, yeah, like, I will defend you, you run with Fena, and then, like, they're already shot down with arrows. And it turns out people have been following them. And we later find out their actual, like, group name is the Goblin Knights. And they managed to get, Otto and Solomon managed to get her off the island after she's kind of, like, knocked out. Because as they were running away, of course, he's an older gentleman, so he's, like, kind of out of breath at this point. And people show up, knock him out, and then she's about to be killed. But of course, in true creepy fashion, they have to decide they want to rape the person first. You can't just knife them, that's not bad enough. You have to try and rape them. No, nobody will find out. Those guys. They get what's coming to them, they die. And someone saves him, and he's wearing a mask. But she kind of mentions that she recognizes his eyes and figures out that it's Yukimura, and it is. And who's the little boy that kind of saved her. And he then proceeds to whack her unconscious with a stick. And he's like, she still talks too much. Apparently he was quite calm from the bonker on the head. Probably not the best in this situation, considering you need to actually drag her ass away from the location. Also, she does have amnesia. I don't think this really helping the case. But yeah, he saves her, and there are, like, a bunch of other characters, and they're kind of, like, in samurai. It's like samurai gear with, like, ninja fighting. Does that make sense? Like, they feel very ninja-y in their outfits, but also very samurai-y. Like, they combine the two. And, ends up, being knocked unconscious, and then Ottoman and Solomon managed to, like, kind of get her on a small boat. About the same size as the one that she got away on in the beginning of the story. And of course, we have another addition is the fucking dog. That for what, like, we have, when she's talking to Angie at the beginning, there's like a little, like, white, fluffy dog thing, and that's on the fucking boat too, because apparently he wouldn't leave her side now. I don't know how the fuck it found her. I mean, obviously it's a dog, it can smell, but, like, no one noticed in the brothel the dog just suddenly fucking left? Like, I understand they had bigger priorities, but no one was like, hey, wasn't that dog, like, always around Fena or something? Like, I don't know. I would assume, based on how they describe that, it wouldn't leave her side. Maybe it's constantly around her. Therefore, wouldn't you follow the fucking dog if you're looking for... I don't know. I'm just kind of assuming shit. The questions you ask that you don't really need an answer to, but you want anyway. Like, why? Anyway, they managed to get her on, like, a small little boat, and they drive away, and they kind of... drive away. They float away. They swim away. What is the right definition? It's a boat. Float away, I assume. So yeah, they're paddling on the boat. And this giant island appears out of nowhere. And then we see the samurai, ninja, goblin knights, as we later figure out they're called, kind of overlooking on the rocks as they approach the island. And the second episode is her kind of figuring out why the fuck these people are helping her. Apparently their ancestors crash landed on shore that was owned by the Houtman family who gave it to them. And then generations later they decided to protect the Houtmans. basically. And very Japanesey on that island. I mean, like, aesthetically. I don't actually know. I'm assuming Japanese, because I assume all anime is Japanese most of the time. I know that's not true, but my brain, because it's like, anime is Japanese. Like, no, it's not. It's fucking English people make anime. China makes anime now. I don't think a lot of anime now. I feel like half the stuff I watch is at least one or two. Doesn't make sense. It's not half. I'm an idiot. Where was I going with this? Oh, I'm assuming it's the buildings and the garden they have, the food there is Japanese. Is what I'm saying. I'd be surprised if I'm wrong. But then again, I am stupid, so it's fucking Asian-y. We'll just put it that way. It's very Asian-y island in the way it's decorated, and the buildings, and the way they are dressed. And she kind of meets the knights, and she kind of has her reunion with Yukimaru, which is, god damn it, was him whacking her on the head, and then sees him again. He doesn't fucking talk much unless it's kind of like bitch her out, really. So far, it looks like. Also looks pretty obvious he might like her. And it's kind of like them talking, and like her meeting the knights, and then kind of figuring out why they helped her, and then something about they hand her this, like, it looks like a pane of, like, a small pane of glass, like you can hold in your hands. And something about her father gave one of them this, I won't call it pane of glass because we don't figure out what the fuck it is yet, and says protect it with your life, and that they have to, they're kind of like, you're probably the only one that knows what the fuck this is. And they're also kind of assuming, like, why would he bring his daughter on such a dangerous journey if it was not somehow related to her? Then that would make more sense. Because I believe what Yukimaru, or like, fucking one of them says, I don't know. As always, I don't plan these. Enjoy my rambling. And then she decides to kind of take up the journey to go figure out whatever the fuck this thing is. And something about her father said go to Eden. That was kind of like his last words to her. So that and the fucking glass have something to do with each other. They probably have something alluding to Fena. And I'm assuming because of the title and then the last bit in this fucking third episode is that she is probably a princess. And then the third episode, actually, I'm messing a few things, is they come to, like, interview Angie, and the second episode, I'm sorry, I forgot things. And, of course, they're like, you're lying, you know where she is. And she's like, what the fuck would it gain me to hide her? Like, she doesn't have any money. Which does make sense. Just because they live together doesn't necessarily mean she knows anything. Also, everything you need to know about Fena's intelligence is in that room. Her papers for her escape bullshit are everywhere. They're not hidden. And they look like a small child drew them. So, what the fuck is she hiding? She's like, I don't know where she's going. She didn't say anything about getting outside help. I know nothing. And of course, the guy that bought her is losing a fit and throws a fucking bottle at her, which is caught by this other hot guy. I don't know his name. He's just a hot guy. That's what I'm calling him right now, with blonde hair. He looks a lot like he could be related to Fena. Like, he has the same kind of, like, color hair. I'm assuming probably not, but maybe. Who knows? Probably not. And he's kind of like military garb. And, he's looking at the drawings is when we first see him. And, so he leaves, and it looks like he might be in charge of the guy that was bitching, like, through the bottle at her that bought Fena. At the very least, he's higher up to the point the other guy that bought her has to shut the hell up. And he kind of like, yeah, they're still looking for her. And then the third episode is, Fena has set out with the Goblin Knights to go find where the fuck this Eden place is. They stop at an island to get, you know, provisions. It's like this free city is what they call it. Which is basically, it's kind of known as where pirates go to sell their shit. Like, no one's gonna look at you twice here. Which is bullshit because, of course, in this type of show and true fashion, she does attract attention. Why the fuck would you bring Fena with you? Like, I know you said you wanted to look for clothes, but why the fuck would you bring Fena with you? Obviously, this guy had money. Obviously, this is a pirate island. I'm assuming probably one of the more closer islands, right? So it wouldn't be surprising if they hired someone there. Why, even if you didn't, like, she's extremely beautiful, to the point people were constantly talking about her. On a pirate island? Y'all just trying to get this bitch raped. What are you doing? No! No, she's gonna get sold again. What the fuck is wrong with you? Obviously it doesn't happen, but like... I know Fena's the dumb one. But y'all fucker shouldn't be. Like, I was just thinking that as they were pulling up, like, why are you bringing this bitch? I know you're looking for stuff, but why are you bringing this bitch? You should hide her. You should hide her. Have as few people as you need on the island. Make sure the people that have, like, not been spotted by the people. Like, don't wear your fucking weird-ass clothing on, like, yeah, maybe it wouldn't be, like, thought twice of, but, like, maybe someone saw you assisting her. Like, I feel like they're doing some dumb, is all I'm saying. Like, if an idiot like me can go, that's a bad idea. Maybe it's a bad idea. Ew, goddamn, this video's already long. So, of course, yeah, they hire some pirate chicks that we see at the beginning of the 3rd episode, and we also see them talking with the hot military guy with the blonde hair, and, of course, Mr. Creepy. We find, yeah. They basically told her to shut the fuck up for a second. And they kind of, like, hire the pirates to bring Fena back no matter what. And, they, of course, go around the city, very excited. Let's get the food, let's look at the clothes, look at that over there, and I want to buy that. And, of course, the group gets separated, because, of course. And, Fena is with the twins, who are very, they kind of remind me of Hikaru and Kaoru from our High School Clothes Club, but a lot more obnoxious. Like, they were cute obnoxious. Like, what I mean by that is, yes, they were annoying, but it's mostly a cute way, so you don't, like, hate them. Where these fuckers, you just want to smack the shit out of them half the time and tell them to calm the fuck down. Because, oh my god, they go Sonic fast. Like, literally, the time they meet her in the 2nd episode, they're like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Like, fuck, what were their names? I think one was Kaidi, one was Ichi, or I don't fucking remember their names. I don't really care about them. I don't care. I don't really care about the hot guy. And the other hot guy. And Fena. Okay, it's cool. And Makala seems nice. This is about it. So yeah, they get separated, and of course the pirates manage to find them, along with the guy who will try to buy Fena went with them. And of course they get into a fight. So it's just her, Fena, and the twins, and of course the pirate, and then the guy that bought her, and they're doing the fight, Yukimaru. All the others kind of like he's left on the ship. Because they do like that ladder game thing to choose who like stays on the boat and who goes. Of course, he's apparently has a bad luck and always stays on the fucking ship. So of course he stays on the fucking ship. And they kind of realize they've run off and like, these motherfuckers. So they have to like get provisions and do like what their job was. Like half we're gonna do something and the other half we're gonna get provisions or something, which was the twins' job in Fena. But of course they ran off, so they had to do everything. So they kind of like mildly bitching them out to themselves on the ship. And Yukimaru's like, where's Fena? And they're like, they probably went to, they'll be back when they're hungry. And then, of course, he's like, and just, like, runs off, which, thank God he did. Again, saves her, kind of gets himself injured while jumping away from the pirates. One has a gun. He tends to shoot long range. This bitch be Usopp. Her aim, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I watched One Piece, and I don't know. Like, her curly black hair and just her aim very much reminded me of Usopp for a second. I don't know why. I think that was it. It's the curly black hair for me. Because last time I saw Usopp, he had, like, that huge puffball of curl. Like, not his bad short haircut that I didn't really like on him. I think he looks better with, like, the longer, like, hair. But it's just my preference. And I just thought he looked better that way. It's been a long time since I've watched One Piece. Fuck. He was still fighting Doflamingo. Let's put it that way. Mingo! Anyway. Frankie was still fighting. Everybody was still fighting. That's not where I left off. I know there's fucking Wano now, but still. The Wano arc. Which, if you're wondering, that is also on Crunchyroll, all the episodes in One Piece, and looks like the episodes are updated on Sundays. Anyway, so he manages to save her, gets injured, and then we kind of have a flash to, well, them getting kind of cussed out, because naturally, and a flash to, like, the hot, blonde military dude. I don't know what the fuck he is. I don't know what his rank is. I don't know who he works for. I think they mentioned, like, the English Union or something. I don't know. It kind of glossed by. Okay. And, apparently he's fucking a pirate lady. And he's kind of, like, mumbling himself, Fena, do you even know who you are? And then, oh god, before I forgot. Before they're attacked by the pirate group, Fena and the twins, when they're on their own, they're at a shop, they're getting closer to Fena, and then they go to another shop and they see another kind of like broken piece of kind of like what they have, like the little glass panel, like same thing, kind of like Fena's drawn to it. And they manage to buy it. Or trade for it, I guess would be a better way. Of course, not without some creepiness of him incenting, well, if you fuck me. You know, but it looks like he gets his ass whooped, and then one of the twins pulls out a lighter, and he's like, oh my god, that's so cool, can I have that? And he's like, yeah, but we want the pane of glass, and where it's from, like, the information about it, that you know, and an apology to Fena for, you know, being rude and creep. Sorry. Had to clear my throat. And then they're attacked by the pirates after she finds that, so... And the information we get is it sounds like a German name of something, and then he says rumor has it belonged to like members of a royal family or something. So I'm like, oh, let's see the title and the information. Gee, I wonder. And then the Fena, do you even know who you are? At the end, I'm like, oh, gee, well, that doesn't immediately tell me who the fuck she is. I don't know. Anyway, I am enjoying it. I don't know what days it updates on. There's 3 episodes so far. I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. There you go. Said it right that time. It's very cute. I like the opening song and the animation. It's so pretty. And I guess it's a collaboration between Crunchyroll and Adult Swim, which is awesome because that's basically where I got all of my anime before I knew what the fuck anime was Adult Swim. Well, technically it was Toonami when that was a thing. And then it became Adult Swim. And then it became Crunchyroll. So it's kind of like a little neat throwback of nostalgia for me. I'm like, oh, I remember when I used to watch stuff on Adult Swim. Usually it was like Akatsuki Home Force. That trash basket. I loved it. Don't know why I loved it, but I loved it. I was like that, whatever fucking anime was on, like Bleach. And, the like fondest memory of like an anime that like I always wanted to watch was they never fucking finished, to my knowledge, on Adult Swim. Didn't know where the fuck it was on at the time. Is Yu Yu Hakusho. Again, that was a huge like favorite anime of mine. Still is. I finally finished it. Though technically, I guess the mangaka whatever didn't finish it and kind of stopped after a point. And then again, I got into Hunter x Hunter. Guess what? By the same person. Again, kind of same thing. Dropped it. I do, like, it's like an indefinite hiatus. We don't know if they're actually, like, never doing it, but, like, I guess it was for health reasons to have this stop, which, I get it. Like, it sucks as, like, someone who loved both of those shows, and who was kind of had, like, a mini, like, oh my god, what if they were both from the same person? Like, I didn't know. The only reason I knew that is because I was watching this scene with, like, this chick in the second chick in the car, and I happened to, like, pause for whatever reason, and I noticed her key strap is Pooh from Yu Yu Hakusho, who is, Yusuke Urameshi's spirit beast. It was this little derpy penguin cop blue motherfucker. Was on her keychain. I was like, oh, no! And then, like, I read somewhere, like, long after, I was like, wait, did they? And I was like, sure enough, yeah, same fucking person. Anyway, yeah, it's on Crunchyroll, 3 episodes out so far. I'm assuming it's on Sundays and episodes come out, I'm not sure. I'm enjoying it. I think it's cute. I love the animation. I love the opening. It's so pretty. Fena is very pretty. Like, she has very pretty hair. I find it a little weird. Her hair is very, very light blonde, but then she has, like, the darker blonde eyebrows, which kind of put me off, because I'm like, I want it to match. I don't know why. I want it to match. Like, it doesn't look bad. It's just, it feels weird to see someone with, like, lighter hair and then darker eyebrows. You're like, which one's the natural one? Or are they both natural? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the very long first impressions video of this. Well, when I think first impressions, I think I like the first episode, but clearly it's the first 3 episodes. Fuck, it could be halfway through the anime if I feel like it. I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I think you should check it out if it sounds like anything you would be interested in. Should I just read the actual fucking description Crunchyroll has for it? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta press the buttons. Okay, let's see if I can read with my terrible eyesight. You're gonna see a lot of squinting and blinking. Just gonna let you know, this is Crunchyroll's description for the show. Fena Hauptmann remembers little about her childhood, orphaned and raised as a servant in a brothel. Her life changes when she escapes to an island of pirates where she discovers the truth behind her family. With Fena being the only one able to unlock her family's secrets and a formidable crew of female pirates on her tail, she must take her place as captain of her samurai crew for a high seas adventure. Anyway, it says the rating is TV 14. Genres are action, adventure, romance, and shoujo. I didn't know they gave those details. I didn't really pay attention before I'm lost. We'll just like shaky cam over here. I apologize. I'm like moving while talking. Anyways, Jazz, check it out. Hope you are happy to see me back talking more like rambling, mumbling. I feel like all those apply. Like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. And I hope you enjoyed this very long-winded rant. Not rant. God damn it. First impressions. There we go. Okay. Gonna go let the dogs out now. Bye.